I pair wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Off the mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today it is the last Thursday of the month. And the last Thursday of the month, of course, we do go to YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, and they are a proud sponsor for us to support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. So we appreciate all of their support on that. They also, if you want to pre-qualify for any loans, you can do that online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations. Of course, we are at the main bank, which is located at 401 Elm Street, which is downtown. I'm getting feedback. Okay, let me do that. Let's do this right here. There we go. Or you can go to the main bank, which is where I'm at, 401 Elm Street here in downtown Yukon, or YNB East, which is just east of us right here on 66th of the Parkway, however you want to look at it. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off the Parkway, and which is off Garth Brooks Boulevard. And so you can do that as well, whichever one you want to do. It's easy, it doesn't matter. And then, of course, YNB Peoples right there in Oklahoma City. Well, actually, it's Bethany on 23rd Street. One of my favorites. This is where I always go because I don't drive to Yukon unless I'm coming here to do this show here once a month, or Randy's calling me out, griping me about something, the commander. Other than that, I try to do all my business right there on 23rd at YNB Peoples between MacArthur and Rockwell. That's where I always go for that if I need to do something over there. So anyway, last night, the Thunder won last night in the opening game. It's not opening night because opening night is when is it opening night or opening day? It would be opening day, which is Sunday, which is our first home game, but actually opening night of the NBA season for the Thunder was last night. And, of course, the Thunder did take care of business, so we were all excited to see that and see what the Thunder were doing. And last night the Thunder took care of business over the Bulls, 124-104. You know how I always do it. We always compare the first half to the second half to see kind of what happened. But the Thunder, of course, started their normal lineup, which was SGA, the new normal lineup, I guess, which we'll be seeing from this point on pretty much, unless somebody is taking the game off or somebody's hurt, which is SGA, Josh, J-Dub, Chet, and Dort. And, I like kind of the way we started. We had a little energy, but our defense was a little suspect to me to start out last night. But overall, at the end of the first half, we got everything done that we need to get done. My biggest issue was at the first quarter, he took SG out with like 2 minutes to go. And I'm like, why are you taking SGA out of the first quarter? I mean, let's not start that. Let's go back to SGA plays the whole first quarter, the whole third quarter, comes in with about 7 to 8 minutes to go in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, and then you close out the game. That's what you do. But instead, he put J-Dub in there, and I don't know what the hell he's looking at. J-Dub cannot close out a quarter. He's just not very good at it, and he's not good at it yet. But for some reason, Dagnall wants to play him, and I don't understand it. And to me, it's frustrating for me to sit there and watch that because I'm going, bro, we're trying to win this thing. And when SGA went out, we were leading. When he came back in, the score was closer. And it's just like, I don't understand what Dagnall's doing. SGA is your closer. Stick to your plan. But like I said before, I'm not sure if he's the guy to take us over the hump. I think he's great at developmental, which is what I said. He's a great developmental coach, and he's done fantastic at that. But now that your team is ready to go, what's he going to do? And that's basically what happened. And you can see the first half, the Thunder were up 61-55. Uh, we're shooting 51% from the field, and they're shooting 40% from the field. They were 6 for 23. The Thunder knocking them down. Rebounds, 24 for us. 24 for them to 21 for us. Points in the paint, pips. My favorite stat, pips. Points in the paint. I just like the way that sounds. That's why I always say it. We were down 2, and then, of course, turnovers. 9 turnovers and a half was way, way too much. But, it's to be expected at the first of the year. Nerves, playing on the road, it matters. And then, of course, they outscored us 19-11. So I guess that would be kind of be expected for what you would expect from that. And then, of course, the second half, you start our normal starting 5, and they went on a run against us, and we were just a little sluggish. You could just tell. Okay, you could just tell. They went on a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. We settled in. We got the game back under hand, and we're going back and forth. And then, once again, he's playing the wrong players. And I understand you're trying to figure out your rotation, but to me, you should know that by now. You had all preseason to figure that out. And to me, my biggest fear is, like in the first quarter, he played Lindy Waters. And like I said, I'm an OSU guy. Lindy went to OSU, and I'm a huge fan of his. I really like the kid, but he is, out of our 18 players, he's 16th or 17th, maybe even 18th on the bench. And yet you put him in there in the first quarter. Why? Who is he better than? Who is he better than that you're going to put him in there for a minute, and then, of course, boom, 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 all of a sudden you got to snatch him back out? Why is he even in the game? And that's the thing about Daignault, that he is just determined that he is going to develop this kid. And I'm sorry, I like him, but no. If you're going to develop him, go back coaching the G League and then put him in there and coach him up there. But clearly, Lindy has had time to develop here to be on this level. He's just not there. And he's a great kid. Great young man, but he is just not there. Great in the community and all that, but he doesn't deserve to be playing in front of Keontae. He does not deserve to be playing in front of Aaron Wiggins. He does not deserve to be playing in front of Isaiah Joe. He does not should be in front of Kaysen. He should not be in front of Lou Dort. He should not be in front of Meach. I can go down the list of players that he should not be in front of, but Coach Daignault thinks that he does. It's ridiculous. And in the third quarter, they made this run. We came back, and then all of a sudden, what do? We go on a 12-0 run. You've got SGA, you've got Kaysen, you've got, I believe it was Dort, you had Wiggins, I think it was Sarr in there. And you made a run. Why? Because you've got 3 of your best defensive players, 4 of your best defensive players on the court, and you have Sarr in there that's doing okay, but let's face it, that will be Jay Will when Jay Will comes back from injury. And the Thunder go on a 12-0 run to really spread the game out, and SGA had 7 of the 12. He is your best player. And my biggest fear is that they don't get it, and you got another chance to get a great player, an all-NBA talent, first team, when you had it with Kevin Durant, and then you chose Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant. You lost Kevin Durant. It cost you everything. Now you've got another player like that, and then you're not really playing. You're playing these other – what are you doing? Don't make the same mistake twice. So anyway, the second half and the end of the game, the Bulls were they ended up in the second half of shooting. They ended up being 6 for 19 the second half. The Thunder, on the other hand, were 11 for 19 for the second half. And then, of course, field goal percentage, they went up a point, and we went up 3 points. Them from 40 to 41, and us from 51 to 54. Rebounds, they out-rebounded us, or we out-rebounded them by 1. So we out-rebounded 1. Actually, we out-rebounded them by 4. In the second half. And then points in the paint, pips. They beat us by 2. So Great shot out for them, and then turnovers. Like I said, 15 turnovers. The Bulls aren't very good. You can't beat Golden State. You're not going to be able to beat the Nuggets. You're not going to be able. You have to take care of the basketball. You can't afford to be doing that. So 15 to 12 in turnovers, but the Bulls are terrible. But like I said, that 12-0 run that we had because of SGA made all the difference in the world to pull the Thunder ahead and get them to where they needed to be. So was excited about what I saw from that. All right, and but and then of course here is the stats from the game. You can see right there. This is the minutes. Okay, I believe Chet should stay right around 25 minutes. That's where he should be because can't afford to play him. Can't afford to play him that much. You got. You got J Dub, and you got him at 32, SGA 36, Josh 32, and Dort 30. So you got all your starters playing 30 minutes except for Chet. But of course, you had Aaron Wiggins at 11. He needs to be way more than that. Isaiah Joe at 22, and then of course you had Kaysen really played well at 19. So I liked what I saw right there. And then when you look at scoring, SGA of course scores 30. And then you've got a 31, and of course Josh 16, J Dub at 16, Chad at 11, and then Dort about 8, which is right where he should be. He should. That's about the many threes. I don't want him shooting that many. I want him shooting about 3 threes a game, but about 8 shots a game is about what he should get, and just concentrate on defense. That's the best way for him. Isaiah Joe, of course, knocking down shots at 14. Kaysen, I mean, I really like that kid, Kaysen Wallace. I mean, I love that kid, and I think he's going to step up and really do well. 13 points. Isaiah Joe, 14, and of course, Trey Mann and all that. And then of course, Jane came in and knocked down some huge threes. Sark came in there and knocked down a couple shots, and then Wiggins. We've got to get him more involved. 2 points, but he's got to be able to play, and that's my thing with him. He's got to be able to step up and do more. If we can get anything out of him, we need to be able to do that because it's important that we have that guy rolling with us nonstop. If we're actually going to really do something, we need him. So anyway, that's the thing with the Thunder and what happened last night. And then, of course, the big league vote is December 12th. Remember to vote yes for the Thunder. All you guys vote yes? Hey, all you guys vote yes back there. All these people voting yes on the 12th. All of them at the bank are voting yes. Cost expected to be about $900 million for the new facility. Probably closer to $1 billion by the time they get into it because I want it beautiful. And also, no new taxes if it can be helped. So we'll be able to keep it where it is instead of cutting off where we are doing with maps. We just extend that. And the beautiful thing about it is it's going to be twice as long as the first lease. So the Thunder aren't going anywhere. And for those of you all who aren't smart enough to understand what it is to have the Thunder here, you need to educate yourself. You need to educate yourself because, one, what does that do? It's a huge economic. It said 600 million and 3,000 jobs to our community. Why is that? You've got restaurants, you've got bars, you've got all clubs, you've got all kinds of things there that because of the Thunder, you have all this access and all these businesses to pop up because you have so much traffic downtown. Plus, what it also will be is it'll bring back Thunder Alley. And I don't know if you guys remember Thunder Alley, but Thunder Alley, they used to have it right there between Prairie View, whatever it is now, Prairie Services, which was Cox Convention Center. But it was right there, and they closed it off. They had all kinds of, bouncy toys, stuff for kids, the bands. They had all kinds of stuff, shots, and then they had the games up on the big screen on the wall there. And I'm telling you, it was fantastic until some idiot had to pull out a gun and shoot and screw up everything. So let's make it more an environment that we can bring that back. So we do have away games. People can come out there and watch the games as a group of Thunder fans supporting just like they do in L.A., just like they do in San Francisco or in, for the Warriors. I mean, so there's all kinds of things that we can do to make life that much prettier and that much better. Plus, you get to keep the Paycom. We can get more concerts instead of all the good concerts going to Tulsa. They can come to Oklahoma City now because they don't have the conflict with the date with the Thunder because you don't have to worry about that because you got another concert venue right there. So Anyway, all kinds of benefits to do that, but the main benefit is we're a big league city. People around the world know who Oklahoma City is. They know who Oklahoma City is in Paris and in Greece and whatever. Before, they would never know who you were. But now you have an NBA team that's put your city on a map, our city on the map. So vote yes. It doesn't cost you anything. All it is a yes vote. Now, I know some of you idiots are going to vote no because there's idiots out there. So idiots are going to be idiots no matter what. But it doesn't raise your taxes, so you can't have that argument. What argument do you have for the Thunder not having a new facility? There's really no real argument. There's all kind of pros. There's no cons. The only con is possibly we might have to raise taxes. Maybe. That may be the only con you got. But you have the benefits and the pluses are so outweigh the little minus that it's not even fair. But all of that being said, my biggest issue, my biggest takeaway from last night is I don't know if we have the right coach. I just don't. It bothers me. I'm very, very worried about it. I see some things that are going on with the Thunder that really bothered me even from last night. And tonight or today, I saw this last night. I don't know if you guys saw, but the Slam magazine had the Thunder starters, okay, on the cover. And Trey Mann inserted himself into this picture and posted it on his Instagram. Now, I don't know what this says other than there's an issue. There's an issue on with our team. That's what it says to me. I don't know. I just believe that this coach is not the one. I just don't think he is. I just don't think he's going to be the one to get us where we need to be as an organization. I just don't see it. I don't know any other way to put it. But that right there tells you one thing. The other thing that I saw that was concerning to me is that Chet went down in the first quarter on an and one. SGA was standing by him. SGA did not go pick him up. I was like, whoa, wait, why aren't you running over to pick him up? Somebody ran across the floor, grabbed Chet, gave him a hand up. Later on, third quarter, fourth quarter, Chet went down again, and SJ was kind of in the vicinity and kind of jogged over there after everybody had put a hand in and stuck his hand in there as a afterthought deal or whatever to make it look like. I'm like, no, bro, that's fake right there. So then, of course, on Thunder Media, I see all these things. There's Chet in there. There's Josh in there. There's J-Dub in there. Dude, I don't think the Thunder people get it. I really don't. It's bothering me because I'm like, you had a unicorn in Kevin Durant, and you chose Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant, and we haven't been the same since. Now you have another guy who's a first-team All-NBA, and then you're picking, and like I even saw J-Dub take the ball out of bounds, and SGA was looking for the ball. He passed it to Josh, and then SGA jogged down the court. These are little easy fixes that you can do as a coach, but I don't think this guy knows how to coach an all-star. And like I said earlier, the athletic guy from the Athletic said the same thing. He's a great developer of talent, but can he develop all-stars? Now you got guys who can be potential all-stars. Can you take them to the next level? Those are two different things. Kind of reminds me of Buck Showalter. I was telling Kent Hess here earlier that it reminds me of that. Everybody forgets when the Yankees went on their run and Joe Torre got all the credit. Guess who was the GM? Who was the manager, the coach before him? Buck Showalter. He's done it 3 or 4 times where he's been the coach. He's developed the talent. He's got him right there. You had to bring in somebody else to get him over the top. The Thunder, we have a 3-year window. Okay? We have a 3-year window with this group right here. We have a 3-year window. Now, you can waste this year by keeping this guy, and he's trying to develop Jang, he's trying to develop Lindy Waters, he's trying to develop all these guys. And you're going to be in trouble. Okay? I'm not necessarily the bearer of bad news. I'm just giving you reality and the facts of the situation. It's really simple to me. We've talked about who your best players are. And let me go back here and throw up the roster again so you guys can be exactly on page with me. You have SGA, you have Josh, you have Dort, you have Isaiah Joe. Those are your 4. along with J-Dub, Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins is 6. Then Chet is 7. Jay Will is 8. Those are your top 8. Now they're inserting Jang in there trying to make him something, and Jang can't defend. But if he's open for 3, he can shoot the 3. But he can't go in there. He can't bang. He can't rebound. He can't block shot. He's going to be a shooter. That's what it looks like to me. That's going to be his deal because he can't put it on he can't take anybody off the bounce, the dribble, however you want to call it. So those are your 9 right there. Then Casey Wallace made a point to be 10. Okay, so he's 10, and then so that gives you 10 right there to play. Then, the Kendrick Williams comes back, K. Rich going to come back. That's going to be 11. They're going to play Poku for sure. That's 12. You got Michik in there, so you're going to have to play him. That's 13. Then you got Davis Bertans, that's 14 right there. And then you've got Lindy, Kate Keontae, Olivier Sarr. So you got all these guys in there. What are you going to do with them? Okay? That's what you have right now, Thunder. Now, this is my thing. As I talked about earlier, who can you put in front of Lindy Waters, or Lindy Waters in front of to play? You put him in front of Michik. You put him in front of Trey Mann. You put him in front of Dort, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, and Jang. You put him in front of all of them. You said, as a coach, I'd rather have Lindy Waters on the floor than any one of those guys, including Keontae and Bertans. That's what he said. That's what this coach is telling you. He'd rather have Lindy Waters on the floor than any of those guys. Now, when you look at the Nuggets, they're trying to win a back-to-back championship. They went 10, 11 deep. Then we're going to see. Now, we're going to force them to go 11 deep, but they're going to try to beat the Thunder. So teams that are trying to win, they're not 14. They're not playing the 17th guy and 16th guy on the bench. They're not doing that. They're going with 10, 11, 12 players. They're trying to win. Now, granted, they played the Lakers. Granted, it was the first night they wanted to make sure they won. So they're telling you this is the thing with the Nuggets, their top 8 is very solid. And then their 9th and 10th and 11th players are pretty good. But their top 8 is solid. The Thunder top 8 is pretty solid as well. And then our 8, 9, 10, I really like Kaysen a lot. I really, really like him a lot. So that is the group that you have. But yet you're playing your 16th guy. Why? He doesn't need to come off the bench. He doesn't need to be on the court. You didn't put Keontae Johnson in the game, and you're going to tell me that Lindy's better than Keontae? There ain't no way. There ain't no way. No way. I just don't think. It's just like there was a shot in the game of SGA going over talking to Coach Dagnall, and Coach Dagnall just kind of looking at him like, what? And he goes, okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. And he didn't even see what SGA says because, to me, I don't think I don't think he's there. I think he's a developmental guy. I think the pressure is too much for him. I think he is out. He's over his skis. I don't think he's ready. I just don't. So that being said, let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. I want to appreciate them for keeping us up and running. In fact, they hooked me up the other day. I was having issues with trying to fix my stuff on OBS. They came in, remoted in, and boom, 30 seconds later it was fixed. I'm like, how the hell did you guys do that? But they're very, very good at what they do. So if you have any needs for computers, software, or website design, they can do all of that for you. SRB, if you have any needs for engineering, or contact my guy, Russell Williford, I'm sorry. And then SRB, if you have engineering, surveying, or planning, they are the people to do that. They love, love, love to be behind the scenes when it comes to all that. Oak Grove Trucking, and my guy Jose Fierro, if you know somebody who has, does road work as far as construction and stuff, holler at my guy. He'd love to come out there and do that for you. And then, of course, he can just, if you have needs for rocks or dirt to be moved, he can do that stuff for you as well. NAFCO, Greg and Max Nafee, appreciate their support. As always, taking care of me and watching my back. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. Appreciate those guys. Now, if you want to pre-qualify online, you can do that at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into their locations to see the guys at the main bank, which is where I'm at right now at 401 Elm, downtown Yukon. Or you can go to YNB East, which is off the Parkway, and 66th or 39th Expressway, however you look at it. YMB Mustang, which is 218 North Mustang Road. YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and just south of I-40. It's really just soon if you're exiting east of I-40, it's look directly to your right, just directly south of you. Just make a right, and it's literally right there in front of the hospital. YMB Peoples, which is on 6201 Northwest 23rd, which is where I always go, which is on 23rd Street between Rockwell and MacArthur, there in the great city of Bethany. DT Construction and our guy Drew Hinthorn, if you have any needs for roofing, if you have any needs for dirt or for work, if you need for a new driveway, if you have any need for siding, gutters, if you want to redesign your kitchen or redesign your house, they can come in and give you a quote for that, or they can come in and do the work as well. If you have information, you can call him at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051, or contact him at DT Construction 2015 at Outlook.com. They're respectful, local, and loyal, which means Drew answers the phone when you call him. And then, of course, our latest sponsor is Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma. You can call them at 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. And they are proudly serving Dale City area, the Mid-Dale area, since 1982. Go in and see my boy Mark over there. Great guy. Love to help you get anything done that you need to get done. So he's getting that done. And then I thought we were going to have our guy Drew Hinthorn on of Husker Drew Picks, but he's not on today. He's taking care of his daughter who's sick. But anyway, here are his picks. He's got Virginia Tech -3, -110. He's got the NBA games tonight, the Sixers and the Bucks, which are the only two games that are going on tonight. Sixers and the Bucks. He's taking the under 227.5, -110. The Suns and the Lakers, he's taking the over and that as well. So, and then, of course, the Thursday night football is the Bills. He's taking the Bills tonight and -9. I believe it's the Bucks and the Bills tonight. Taking -9 and 110. So he's taking the Bills at home against the Buccaneers and our guy Baker Mayfield. Or y'all's guy Baker Mayfield. I don't know if he's necessarily my guy, but he is everybody else's guy. And then, oh my God, we have a sighting from my guy High Stick Harry Ben Dillman. What's up, bro?
Not much. What's going on, Matty? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, bro. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, man. You
Yeah,
all
that's
right?
the family
I know
stuff
I know
going
you've been
on.
doing the family stuff. I know you have.
Yeah, so I've had a couple different issues going on, but yeah, and everything's going good though.
Good,
Then,
good.
yeah, everything's going turning the other way. But yeah, then I saw. Speaking of that Buccaneers Bills game, I saw that Baker's still questionable as of right now. Vita Vea is questionable, and so is Godwin.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're all
That's what that
questionable.
says to me.
Yeah, that's not looking good. I
Yeah.
mean, Baker will play, I think, and I think Vita Vea will play. Godwin, I don't know his credibility on that. I mean, Baker will play through some stuff. I mean, as much as people don't like him, he's a dog. You know, he's going to work. You know, he doesn't care. He's
Right.
going to throw his body on the line. So you always got to respect that. But those three guys I all saw were all questionable.
Yep.
As of like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, because we haven't got a chance to talk to you this week about this past weekend and about. I don't know if you saw the Thunder game last night at all. Did you?
I got to watch some of it. Yeah, we looked really good. I saw we won by 20 and stuff. SGA looked really good. I didn't get to see a lot of the minutes or anything. Just I was working, but I got to see some of it, and it looked pretty good. I like what we brought to the table there.
Yeah, everybody played about 30 minutes except Chet. Chet played about 25, which is about right. I think he doesn't need to be playing more than that. I don't think. I think.
I agree with that.
That's about right for him.
I heard what you were saying about nobody picking him up and stuff. That's kind of a.
Well, no. SGA didn't pick him up.
Yeah. But
somebody else ran
right
across
there,
the court and picked him up, and then later on, he was kind of in the general vicinity, and everybody else was picking him up, and then he kind of jogged over there and stuck his hand in.
Is that a? What is that? What does that mean to you?
Well, also, what I'm saying is that, and then with Trey Mann doing what he did, with the slam.
Yeah, I saw the picture deal. Yeah.
So he did that. So what that's telling me, and then J-Dub did not pass it to SGA one time when the ball was going out of bounds. When the ball goes out of bounds, everybody passes to SGA because he's holding his hands out for the ball.
Yeah, and he's
He
massive.
passed,
Yeah.
and he passed it to Josh, and then SGA jogged up the court. So, I mean, what that's telling me is that there's some issues going on in that locker room.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
what
I
that's
mean,
telling me.
if I'm relating that to hockey a little bit, like
That's what that's
that'd
telling
be
me.
if there's a little little skirmish going on, you don't even go grab a guy. You got to go grab a guy.
You gotta
at
go grab a
least.
guy. If you're not
Yeah,
gonna go
and then
grab a guy,
you and the
something's
guy,
up.
you guys can have a nice conversation. Like I've grabbed guys and been like, "Hey, we just got to do this for the film, right?" And he
Okay.
starts laughing, and I'm like, "What are you having for dinner tonight?" You're like, "We're just joking around." You know, you just
Yeah.
got to grab a guy. Like you got to act like
Well,
like
but this is
at
the
least
deal.
act like you're in it.
But this is the deal, Ben. One, I don't know if you saw the thing where they did the top under 25 duos in the NBA. Okay?
I did
Not
not.
25 and under 25.
Yeah,
And they put Josh and Chet. Guess how old SGA is?
is he 25 or
He's
26?
25.
Was he 25? Man,
So
he's
instead
old,
of doing the best duos 25 and under, they did
See
under
that? I think
25.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
we talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
talked about that.
Okay, that's number
And
one.
I was confused on the age thing. It's like
Well,
if it's 25 and under, he is 25.
yeah, but that's why they said under 25.
Yeah, so it just if you mix those two words around just one time,
That's right.
explains
It gives you the reason. That's the
totally
reason why
different
they
story.
said. That's
Yeah.
why they said that SGA wasn't in there because it even said it in the article. You know, SGA is 25, but it was under 25. That's why he wasn't included. Okay. Now, when I did my top duos, I included Josh and SGA. So that's step number one. When you see billboards, you see everything they talk about the Thunder. What's the first thing they talk about? Chet, 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 Chet. And I'm talking about SGA. He's first team All NBA.
Oh, Chet's all over the place.
Yeah, he's first team All NBA. Okay.
They're trying to push that narrative.
They're trying to
make
push
sure,
that narrative.
Make it look like,
That's
to make
correct.
it look like they made the right decision.
That's correct. So they're pushing that.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, clearly it's bothering your best player. Clearly. Okay?
Which is not a good thing.
Which is not a good thing. You didn't learn your lesson the first time with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Now it's happened again because you're trying to promote Chet. And then I noticed even in the preseason, I made a couple of comments on our show. On this show is that saying that SGA does not pass the ball to Chet on lobs. Like he gave yesterday, he gave Sar, and Sar did a charge.
Do guys get that petty out there?
Yeah, it gets petty.
When you're making that much money.
But that's not the point. The point is, I'm the man. Because I can promise you, if that happened with Gretzky, he would say something. If that happened with Ovechkin, he would say something. I don't care who you are. When you're the man.
No, they line up.
Well, no. Ben, when you're
no,
it's not. When you're the man, you expect a certain way to be treated. I don't care what sport it is. When you are the man, you expect a certain level of respect or whatever. It doesn't matter because that's your ego. That's the reason why you're as good as you are. And when you don't get that, you're going to say something, or you're going to act, you're going to let them know, or whatever, depending on what your personality is. But you're going to say something. I don't care what sport it is.
The greats in hockey. That's the reason why they're great is because they don't have those. I mean, there's a couple guys that were really they were very good. You know, like top 10, top 20 players, but they had an attitude on them. There's a reason why they weren't, top 5, top 10. You know what I mean? Like, so there's some guys that have those attitudes, and those guys don't fit in.
Well, all I know is that you could be right. I don't know about hockey, but I know in every other sport, when you're the man, you expect to be treated like the man. In every other sport. Hockey is different, clearly. But every other sport, it doesn't matter. Football, basketball, baseball.
Soccer.
When you're the man, soccer, when you're the man.
Guys, if they get taken out, oh, man, they get so mad.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
but it's not the taken out part.
Third-line players. There's third-line players, like, if you relate it to NBA, like, that are captains in the NHL, like, they only play 10 minutes a night, but they sit right there and they lead by example and they work hard every day.
But I don't know if it's a leading by example. It's more of a like I said, I don't know about hockey. I just know about the other sports.
Yeah.
The other sports, they're like, hey, look, I'm the man. Then you need to. There's a pecking order.
NBA they don't have captains. Like, I mean, basketball doesn't have like captains because like the reason why you have captains in hockey, not only the lead, it's the guy that talks to the refs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's you have those. That's the best player on the team.
Whoever has the seat, okay, it's the best player. So like whoever has the seat goes talks to the refs. If he's not on the ice at that time, if there's a guy with an A assistant captain, then he's the guy that's going to go talk to the refs. And then if not, then you kind of just have like your your veteran, and he's going to go talk to him. But usually you have one of those three guys out there because there's a captain and 2 assistants.
Right.
So like usually it's kind of like a hierarchy. So like you kind of, I don't know. But yeah, I'm with you though. Like that is strange though that just that he's not going over there doing that. That's got to be a divide in the locker room because that's huge in sport. I mean, that can change the whole season around.
That can, and that
can cost anywhere from 5 to 10 wins just for
easy. And that's my thing is this now. Like at the end of the first quarter, he pulls SGA out and puts J-Dub in. He is the first or second best closer in the NBA. And you're taking him out at the end of the first quarter to put somebody in who can't close.
Yeah, we talked about this ref,
and he did it last.
He did
coach,
and
right?
This coach, and then he puts,
it's him.
When he puts him in,
I don't think. And then SGA went up to say something to him, and then he just kind of was like, "What?" And looking at him,
shrugged it off.
Yeah, and then said, "Oh, okay." And I just don't think he is used to coaching players and whatever he says they do. You see what I'm saying? I think that's where he's at.
As a coach, you can't be too strict, but you have to assert some dominance to, like, as well, be like, this is what we're doing, but also you have to listen to your players because in the best teams that I ever played for, it was a player's locker room. Like the coach came in and said he said the speech and everything, but the players all knew, like we all got together, like we knew what was going on.
Okay.
We knew, like who was where, what like in what situations who was going in. We read the book.
Ben,
so I feel like they got to do that in the NBA.
It's really simple. In any sport, the coach has to have the respect of the players.
Yep.
I don't care what sport it is. Even if it's hockey.
Oh yeah, you got to have the respect.
If you don't respect your coach, you're not listening to him. I don't care what sport it is. You're not listening to him. If you don't respect him, you ain't listening to him. You're just not. You're just not. And so to me, this guy is a developmental coach. He didn't develop SGA, which is the reason why he said what he said when they asked him about getting all-stars in, and his comment was, well, and SGA goes, we don't need an all-star. We got one. I'm here. And so Dagnall's like, well, yeah, I know what he's saying, but, we're trying to develop players. No, that is not the correct thing to say. The correct thing to say is, we don't need another all-star. We got one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
And
even like 2 stars is better. We could have another. I mean, he could word it differently.
Yeah, he could. Yeah. Well, I mean, SGA is like, to me, SGA is the man. That's his ego.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's like, I got my Robin right here and Josh. We're good. Yeah. That's what he was saying. We're good. We're gonna add a couple pieces here and there, but we're good right now with me, Josh, J-Dub, and not necessarily Chet. We don't know about Chet yet, but those three, we golden.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're golden with these three. What are you talking about? That was his mentality. Okay, we got a team.
I think he's saying they're all-star. We need just like another piece would be cool, but you don't need to say that we're good.
We don't need a superstar. That was his point. We're good, and Josh is slowly getting there. He had some moments last night where he was being passive, which he can't be. He has to be aggressive.
Yeah, he needs to be more assertive. He needs to he needs to take that, either take that shot, or whatever. He needs to be more, like I saw him a couple times double clutching, doing different things.
Yes.
But I wish he'd just get rid of the ball or shoot. Like one of the two.
Shoot.
Yeah, one of the two.
Shoot.
Just make your mind up, and I think he's going to slowly fall into that. I really like him as a player. I really think he's a great addition.
I agree 100% with you, man. Great analogy on that. Because my thing is this. We have an opportunity to really do something here. But we have a 3-year window. Okay?
Yeah, before these contracts go up,
we have a 3-year window because
we got them all set up. We got some more picks that are going to come in.
Yeah, because remember, I'm not talking about the picks. The next year you got Josh. You got to pay him.
Yeah.
The year after that you got to pay Chet and J-Dub. The year after that you got to pay SGA $400 million.
Yep,
okay.
And then
so
I hope we can re-sign him before that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the year you're resigning. That's what I'm saying.
I hope he because Giddey's gonna sign probably a long-term deal. I imagine
he'll sign a 4-year, 5-year deal, 4 years.
So I imagine
3 or 4 years.
Say he signs a 5-year deal, right? 2 years later, then SGA can just sign a 3-year deal, kind of like Giannis.
He'll sign.
Stick with his boy.
But this is Giannis.
Well, I think if I'm an NBA player, I'm not taking more than 3 years. I'm not taking more than 3 years.
Giannis that's his 3rd contract.
Well, no. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying he's doing it to be with Dame. Like they match he did it to match his contract up with him to say, hey, I'm committed.
That's
so
exactly
I think
what for that time.
If he does the same thing, I think for his personal benefit, I think that's the best idea because Giddey signs a 5, then he signs a 3 and they both do player options the next year.
Well, I don't think he's going to do that because his 5-year, if he signs a 5 years, $400 million, I think he's going to take the $400 million.
For Giddey?
No, SGA.
No. I'm saying SGA would just sign a 3-year. If I'm an NBA player, he's
taking the $400 million. And you are too.
Not if he doesn't like the
You are.
team.
Yeah, well, but he ain't gonna be here then. But yeah,
If the locker room,
but
room's
my
like
thing
that,
is
he ain't
this.
gonna do it.
My thing is this: you got to have a coach that can control that, and I don't
No,
think
yeah,
this guy's
definitely.
it.
We need a man, and I mean, we need a guy that's just going to be in charge, or
Yes.
female, somebody that's
Yes.
going to be in charge.
I'm
That's
putting
just
you
going to like
here, here,
take control
here.
of that locker
Yes,
room.
100%, Ben. 100%. This is where we're putting you, and this is what you're doing. Okay, we're
Yep,
not
they need to.
discussing it. We're not discussing it. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, they just need to take control, make sure that everything's,
Yeah.
hey, when you get everybody to buy in, and that like not everybody's buying his stuff, like he's
Clearly.
not being able to like. We need a guy that can sell ice to Eskimos. Like we need one of those guys like that, that can make
No, I know a guy.
I agree.
chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Agree,
we
but
need one of those guys.
but you know what, being the whole thing to me is really simple. When you put Lindy Waters on the floor
Ugh.
in front of any of those guys, even if it's for a minute, whatever, you're telling these players something. You don't know what the hell you're doing because you can't tell me that Lindy Waters is better than Keontae Johnson, better than Lou Dort, better than Isaiah Joe, better than Aaron Wiggins, better than Michi. There's you put him on the floor in front of every single one of those guys. So I'm out on that 100%.
And we got to be kind of nice about it. We do win by 20.
Yep.
So we got to be kind of nice about it.
Yep. Well, that's because they went on a run at the end of the third quarter because he had the right group in there.
We got lucky.
But anyway, we got joined by our guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. And he slid
What's
in
happening?
there. There he is. He slid in and slid out. So
Hey, I know a guy that can sell ice to Eskimos.
we're not talking to you, Drew. Back to your deal. Let's go over your deal since you weren't on when we went there. You taking Virginia Tech tonight, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna be cold and windy and rainy, and Syracuse plays in a dome. Let me hear a little Inner Sandman. Give me the Hokies.
Inner Sandman. Really, Ben? Okay.
One of the greatest entrances in college football.
Okay,
It's fantastic. I get goosebumps every time I watch those.
Hey, Ben, for the black audience, they don't know what that is.
They don't.
The African American audience doesn't know what that is, bro.
Man, if you go to one of those games or watch one of those videos on YouTube, they are freaking fantastic.
Hey,
man.
Hey, they're watching.
Especially with the whiteouts.
They're watching Grambling. They're watching Jackson State intros. They're not watching. They're not watching that.
If you have my picks, I mean, Sam Houston State is snake bit. I mean, just absolutely snake bit.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Then, of course, you're taking the Sixers and the Bucks tonight. The under on that.
Yeah, so first game of the year.
For the Sixers.
They're going to be very physical with each other. I like the under in that game.
First game for the Sixers.
Yeah, and those two teams don't like each other, and they're liable just to beat each other up, and hopefully they'll play a little defense.
Hey, that reminds me, I'm going to ask both of y'all this. How about James Harden showed up with his bags packed and the Sixers told him to go home?
Yeah, that's awesome. And he's not prepared to play the second game either.
No.
That attitude, what is that? Did he show up?
That's another reason why I like the under, because he's not going to shoot 25 free throws.
Well, he ain't going to shoot 25 free throws anyway. He ain't done that in 5 years. Those days are over with him going to free throw.
I just have nightmares of him living on the free throw line.
Those days are he hadn't lived on the free throw line in a while.
But now he's looking at free buffets, not free throws. You know what I mean?
No.
You're wrong, Ben. Then of course you're taking the Suns and the Lakers, and you take the over in that, and of course Bradley Beal is not playing the game.
I looked at that game. The Lakers are laying 6 points.
Yes,
I haven't
saw
seen
that
it anywhere, but obviously Durant's not playing.
Right.
Is that the case? I haven't seen
Durant
it
is not playing. It didn't say that he was playing.
The line tells me that he's not playing.
Well, it was him or somebody else is not playing. That's what it was, because I saw that on the NBA games. Oh, that's scores. The Sixers.
Davis is the game time decision.
Yeah, it's 5.5 over under 223.
Yeah,
I thought Porzingis looked good last night.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. And then of course the Bucks are only 6-point favorites. Drew.
Yeah, I kind of like Milwaukee tonight, but I haven't played it yet. I like the under more than I like Milwaukee. I don't really like either one of those spreads.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Then NBA
no,
score.
Not really. I mean, if I was be forced to take one, I would probably take Milwaukee minus the 6, and I'm going to stay way away from that spread with the Lakers. I have no idea what they're going to do.
If I was forced, I'd tease them.
Yeah.
Tease them down to pick them.
Yep.
Yep.
Now, in the games last night, the Hornets beat the Hawks. There's some stuff going on there in Atlanta as well, but the Hawks got lost 115, lost by 10,
There's
lost by 5.
always things going down in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, there is. Well, no, that's true. We're talking about different stuff, though, bro.
Go Club.
See, why are y'all starting, man? See, y'all are starting with that, man. You know, you go in there and get you some anyway, I'm not going to talk about it.
Get some good wings.
Yeah, good wings and
I was
Gold Club.
I was getting ready to say something. I'm not saying that. Being nice there.
I've never ate at a strip club. Have anybody of you ate at a strip club before?
Best food,
Just
man.
wings in Atlanta.
Best
Oh my
food,
goodness.
dude.
I just can't do it. I mean, have a mouthful of chicken wing with
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, Ben.
Time or something. I mean, that appealed to me.
Hey, Ben, I'm gonna tell you this, Ben and Drew. Red Dog has the best burgers. Their burgers are unbelievable. Now, what I normally do is when I'm eating, I turn my back to the stage. Okay, that's what I normally do. I turn my back to the stage. Okay, I
Well,
can't.
at the Red Dog, you can get the party table.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I was told.
Yeah, I don't know, but I
Yeah,
turn my back.
hey.
I'm right there in the kitchen, right by the men's bathroom. My head is turned away from what's going on over there. I can't do it. I want to enjoy my burger. The Pacers took care of business over the Wizards last night by 23, 143, 120.
Yeah, hung 140 on the board.
Yeah, they
too.
did. They just spanked them, beat them like stepchildren. The Magic beat the Rockets shockingly. 112, 116 to 86, and of course the Magic are
86.
Yep.
Was the 90s?
Yeah, but the Magic is my sleeper team. They're my sleeper team to make it to the playoffs. Then of course the Knicks.
Got like 3 former Tar Heels on that team.
Anyway, we don't really care about that. But anyway, the Celtics and the Knicks. The Celtics and the Knicks. The Celtics took care of business 108-104. Great game that was. That was a great game.
Yeah, Porzingis.
Porzingis was
good.
a monster.
Basketball game. Porzingis looked good.
I think he had 30.
He did.
Yeah.
You know, he always looks good though when he's healthy.
Man.
He just
Yeah,
can't
then he
stay
gets
healthy.
hurt. He's like Yao Ming. You know what I mean? Then he just snaps his ankle and he's gone.
We talked about this a little bit on the after the storm show. He looks like he's put on some weight.
He has.
Up underneath his jump shot a little bit. Looks a little stronger.
I think he needed some weight.
Well, he did.
Yeah, he
Well,
needs some weight.
I think what Boston is doing is they're beefing him up for Eastern Conference basketball.
Yeah,
The
'cause
Western Conference, he didn't have to be like that.
No, he's gonna
Yeah,
get. They're
I
gonna
think
get beat
they're
up.
trying to put him kind of like a Joker style, where he's a little bit thicker. He can like dominate down low. Like, I mean, you know, Joker just jogs up and down the court and then just kind of like goes like, "Hey, I'm going to go this way. Actually, I'm going this way."
Well, he can. He can
like,
run. He just doesn't do it very often. And when he does, you're just like, "Wait a minute, did he just run by me?"
Get some weight on that guy, and I think his bones. Get him some milk. I don't know.
Yeah, he did play, but remember he played the whole year last year, averaging 23 last year. So
yeah, that's good. That's a great number.
But it was a great game.
I couldn't believe he averaged 23 points. That was the quietest 23 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
he was at
Boston. They'll yell.
Remember, he was at the Wizards, Drew.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
That's why.
Oh,
you gotta be on TV to realize something.
Yeah.
Okay, then the Cavaliers and the Nets 114, 113.
Good game. I watched live.
Really good game.
Too.
Yeah, you talked about that last night on After the Storm. Okay, then the T-Wolves and the Raptors. 97-94.
Toronto.
Didn't you take the under yesterday in that game?
I did.
You took Toronto. Which one was
just
it?
saying, the two team names that's a sweet like matchup. The Timberwolves with the Raptors. Like, that's kind of a cool.
It was a good game.
Yeah, that's kind of
but
cool
Drew, but Drew is right. Drew calls he doesn't have a lot of faith in the T-Wolves. He's just not a fan.
No, me either.
He's not. Okay, then the Heat and the Pistons. What a game that was, man. It really was. 111, 102. The game was closer than what the score says. So. But anyway, then you've got the Grizzlies, man, the Pelicans. Zion.
That surprised me. That game surprised me.
He's a monster, man. God dang, Drew.
But the Grizzlies did. I didn't realize the Grizzlies had so many people out last night.
Yeah. Nobody's playing. The thing is going to kill them is Steven Adams is going to hurt them worse than anything. Not being able to get those extra rebounds, giving Jaren Jackson the ability to roam and block shots, that's really going to hurt them.
So just a little update on our earlier conversation. Durant is playing. Booker's out.
Oh, it was Booker was out. I knew one of them wasn't playing. I couldn't remember.
Booker's out with a foot injury.
Yeah.
And he took over, too.
And then, so in Bradley Beal still out?
Yeah, and he's out, too, with back injury.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I have back, too. I just call in sick. I'm a back.
Yeah, my back's hurting. I can't get up on this roof today.
Jeez.
I'm hurt.
Don't even get me started, boys.
Yeah.
Don't
And
get me
then
started.
the Thunder took care of the Bulls last night, 124-101. You took the
And
Bulls,
then the
didn't you?
Bulls what do you think about the Bulls holding the players only meeting after game 1?
Hey, Scotty Brooks Billy Donovan ain't the one. Sorry. We knew that in Oklahoma City.
I mean, they were so disturbed by that beating that they took a players only meeting on game 1.
Of course they did. Billy Donovan ain't the one. We knew that in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have
sorry.
a similar. Yeah, they probably have a similar locker room guards right now.
Yeah.
But there's just not a veteran in there to hold court.
Well,
there's not a
That's what I was telling him, Drew, what we talked about last night about SGA not picking up Chet. Then the second thing was that J-Dub didn't pass SGA the ball, and then he took SGA out at the end of the first quarter. So I mean,
what's going on there? Something's going on there, and they better not jack around and SGA will leave.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
was saying. Like we want to do a Giannis deal. We want him to stick around. We want him to
I just
hang
don't.
out.
I mean, he likes it here. He's a low key dude. He ain't really.
Not if this stuff's going down.
He's a low key
dude.
He
can get paid a lot of money playing somewhere else.
There's
Having a lot more fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who will take SGA in a heartbeat if Oklahoma City don't want him. I can promise you that.
I know one guy I'd trade for him for the Lakers right now.
What, Anthony Davis?
No, LeBron and Anthony. I'd trade both of them. You can have them both. Have them both. We'll take SGA.
Take SGA and Josh or SGA and J-Dub. We'll take them both.
Yeah, I'll do
take
that.
Take SGA and J-Dub. Y'all keep Chet and Josh. I think that's what they do.
You can have LeBron and AD.
Yep. The Kings, 130 over the Jazz. They just beat the Jazz like stepchildren.
Kings are tough.
Yeah,
They're going to be right on your call on the Kings this year. They're tough.
Yeah, but I like them. Then, of course, the Spurs. The Mavs took care of the Spurs last night, as we thought they would.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah, and, Wembanyama, 9 points in the fourth quarter. Dude, he played 15 minutes from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. 15 minutes first 3 quarters because he was in foul trouble. He literally came out there and got his third and fourth foul within – what was it, 30 seconds?
Well, because teams are going to play him just like they're going to do with Chet. They're going to mismatch.
Yep, they're going to beat him.
Rotate him to a guard.
Be a fly on the wall in that pop interview after, or just like not the interview, but in the freaking game, post game thing with all the team. I'd love to be. He just so upset.
Yeah, he But the thing is that you had to like what you saw at Wemby at the end in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
he made some big shots at the end. But some of those guys, he got number 10 with the hair, dude. I don't know why you put your hair when you stick yourself out like that. Well, you got your shot blocked, and then you got the ball stole from you. Y'all were up. Y'all went from up 1 to down 8.
You remember last year when we went over the Spurs lineup? We didn't know any of those.
None of those guys. Still don't. Still don't. Still don't know. Then of course the Blazers and the Clippers. The Clippers look good last night, man. Drew, they look good.
Yeah, they did, and your boy played great. He's learned his role.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi did do a good job. Paul George did do a good job last night. Paul George did a fantastic job last night.
Ty Lue was just building Russell up in the post game.
Anyways, let's talk about the Big 12 schedule coming up this weekend. I'm not listening to anything you're saying, Drew. Number 6, OU over KU.
I think 10's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. I like the over. What is it, 60?
It's 60. 66
I like
and a
the
half.
over in that game.
66 and a half.
Yeah, it's high.
It's going to be a high-scoring game.
It's going to be high.
Is Daniels playing?
I don't know.
I think he is.
If he's playing, that's why it's up so high, Drew.
If he's playing, I'll take it. If not, I'm probably going to go under.
That OU defense is pretty stout.
I don't know.
And that's an early start. That's an early start too, and it's going to be nasty in Lawrence on Saturday.
Hey, Drew, can you imagine if Brent Venables was the defensive coach for OU and Lincoln Riley was still the offensive coach, and they had those guys? They would be ridiculous. They would be national champions. You know what I'm saying?
HuskerDrewPicks.com might have KU on the money line Saturday morning. Just a little teaser.
And then Houston at K-State, minus 17.5. Is that a lot of points? It's going to be cold, though. It's going to be cold and rainy.
Over a Houston team that just gave Texas all they wanted.
Yeah, but isn't it going to be freezing cold?
Oh yeah, it's the weather. The weather in the Midwest. You got to be really careful gambling on Saturday. Watch for some unders, but the weather in the Midwest is going to be nasty.
Yeah. Yep. So that's probably
especially for the night games.
So hey, all those boys from Houston, they don't know nothing about they ain't
And-
gonna make it that cold.
They
And
might
check
freeze
for that
up.
moving into Sunday too. When you're making your NFL picks,
Yep.
you better check
They
that.
might
we're
freeze up there in Manhattan, those Houston boys.
Yeah, I know, right? And then of course, West Virginia at UCF. How's UCF? Well, they got some players. -6.5 favorites.
I'll take West Virginia plus the 6.5. I like that.
What about you, Ben?
I mean, in Florida, they got athletes all over the place. But I mean, I do like West Virginia on this one. I think they'll win by a touchdown. But UCF, I mean, they probably got
UCF's awful banged up after the OU game. They're missing some guys.
Yep.
They got banged.
Yeah,
up
but they got 30 more guys just on campus that can run a 4.240.
Yeah, but are they eligible?
Is UCF the best? Is UCF the best non-Power 5 football job?
I think so.
Well, they're in the Power 5 now, Drew.
Well, I mean, Well,
before then,
before, yes.
You think that?
Yes.
Do you think
yes.
the best stepping stone job?
Yes, agreed. That's what people do.
I'd say so. That's it. I mean, you get all the athletes from all the areas.
Wasn't Lane Kiffin their coach?
Yep.
And then Josh,
Frost.
Josh
bend
Heupel?
the rules a little bit.
Wasn't Josh Heupel their coach too?
Yep.
So yeah, I think you're right. BYU at Texas. -17.5.
And Texas is starting the card kid. Their quarterback's out. BYU. I like BYU. That's too many points.
That's a
I like
points.
BYU there.
So they're not playing Manning, huh?
No. And they got to wait. You got one more game, and he can play the last 4 games of the year.
Oh, that's why they're doing it. They're just waiting.
Yeah. They could play. They could play him, but he gets 4 games and he can still redshirt. They can be at any time.
Yeah.
But I think they'll play. I think they're going to play him the last 2 or 3 games of the year.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't. That's wild.
What do you think about that, Ben?
I mean, because if you only have to do 4 games, right? You might as well.
Yep. Okay. Then we got Iowa State at Baylor. Baylor's +1.5. Iowa State got a quarterback. They got a quarterback.
Yeah, and they're playing pretty good right now.
Yeah, they are. And
that's a tough game. I'll probably stay away from that. What is that? Is that a night game?
A 2:30.
2:30 start. Should be good weather down in Texas. Iowa State's the better team, I think.
Yeah. Iowa State's definitely a better team.
Baylor's struggling.
Yeah, and then when you look at the standings, Iowa State, it's OU, Texas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Iowa State. Iowa State, OU, and OSU are all 3-1. And Iowa State.
If Okie State can just handle their business, even if they lose to OU, they just handle their business and hope Texas drop one, and then they can find themselves in a Big 12 championship game.
Yep, they can. But once again, we got to wait and see what happens with them. You never know.
And I'm not stamping an OU victory up there. I think they're going to give OU all they want next week.
I agree.
I think it's going to be a close game. You watch. It'll be a tight one.
Well, in Cincinnati at O State this weekend, -7.5, homecoming.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game for Oklahoma State. It's a look-ahead game. I hope they're not looking ahead to OU.
They're not. You got to win.
They're the better team.
You got to handle your business at home, and they tend to, other than the $600,000 giveaway to South Alabama, or how much they gave them.
Problem is, it's going to be really nasty weather. It's going to be in the 20s and raining.
It's 7 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Homecoming. I was going to go, but I'm out. I'm going to wait till next week. I'm out on that. I'm not doing it.
Go, and we're going to stay.
Yeah, we're not doing that unless I get club level. I'll do club level only.
Yeah, I'm going to Bedlam.
Yeah, well, Bedlam, yes. I'm talking about next week. Yes, club level. I'm out. Okay, then we have the Rams and the Cowboys. Man, who you like?
I like Dallas coming off a bye week. They'll throttle the Rams. I think the Rams have kind of blown their wad. They've done what they're going to do this year.
Ben?
Yep, I'm with you. I think I like the Cowboys. I really do like, if you're going quarterback matchup, I like Stafford better than Dak. And then I do like, obviously Aaron Donald's, different beast, but I do like Dallas' star power a little bit more. So I think Dallas.
I'm with you on that one. I got to give all the love right there, just like you guys.
Well, we'll see if it comes down to like 2 minute drill, and it's Matt Stafford with the ball, and they're down by 2 or 4. Like I think they're gonna win.
Drew, what do you think about that?
Say that again.
He says if they're down by 2 or so, the Rams 2-minute drill that win the game. He likes Stafford.
Nah, well, I like him better than Dak. I just don't think the game's gonna be that close. I think Dallas gonna be up 10 to 14 points.
I hope Dallas is up by 2 scores by halftime,
and the Rams' offensive line is struggling, and old Big Cat's gonna have a field day with
Stafford's
that.
never had a good line.
Stafford's a statue in the backfield.
Yep.
Yeah, he's never had a good line. He played in Detroit, and I still think he's one of the top, I'd say, 3 ball spinners in the league. I mean, I think he can throw the ball better. I'd say almost just about everybody.
He can spin it.
He's been running for his life for 15 years. I mean, going back to Detroit, so he knows what it's about. And I really do think if it's a 2-minute drill, he's going to be running anyways. I like them if it's a 2-minute drill, but if not, I really hope Dallas comes out with a two score lead about halftime, and I think they'll call it good there.
Okay, then we take the Vikings at the Packers.
Man, the Vikings are such an up and down team. It's going to be in the 30s in Green Bay, and Jordan Love. You would think that Green Bay can would muster up some gumption, but I tell you, they're just not very good.
They really aren't.
I agree. Yeah, Jordan Love played good
the
first few games, and after that, he dropped the ball there. I mean, so to say. But and then
I guess I'd probably lean towards Minnesota, but I wouldn't be a heavy lean.
Yes, +1.
Yeah, you got
Packers are +1.
Kirk Ice Cousins leaving the last game, so he's pumped.
Well, the question is, can he really rebound after what that magnificent game he had against the 49ers? So then, of course, we have the Falcons at the Titans. Dumpster fire Drew and I talked about this. I think that they just need to go ahead and get rid of their players and move on. Talking about the Titans.
Yeah, the Derrick Henry trade is
they need to go on
very iffy one. Same with Tannehill as well. But and the Falcons, that was weird about the Bijan injury. How they said they didn't disclose all the
it was mental
or whatever.
He had. I think he has migraines.
I've been there.
That's what that was. So he was trying to play.
That. I understand
if you
that.
have a migraine, you ain't playing.
But yeah, the
I don't care who you are.
They got to sell.
Yeah,
so
you ain't playing. You got a migraine, you ain't playing.
Derrick Henry trade. Where's he going? Do you trade him to the Browns? Do you trade him because they're missing Nick Chubb?
You trade him to the NFC. You trade him to the NFC. You trade him to the NFC.
Man,
to the Cowboys. The Cowboys. You trade him to the Cowboys. But the question is, what are the Cowboys willing to give up to get Derrick Henry?
Well, Jerry says that his hand doesn't get cramp right in the chest.
Saints Colts. Colts are -1 over the Saints.
I like the Saints there. 2 dome teams. Give me the Saints.
Ben?
Yeah, that's going to be a close game. It's going to stink.
Patriots at the Dolphins, and Tyreek is not playing.
Dolphins are going to roll the Patriots.
Yeah, but Tyreek's not playing. Did y'all know that?
It doesn't matter. That's at Miami, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
12 o'clock game.
Miami coming off a loss.
Yep, where they got hit in the mouth over and over and over and having to hear about it. Jets and the Giants. +3 Giants.
Oh, nice. Well, home game for each of them.
Yeah. Well, the Giants are the home team this time, so it'll be
who cares?
all the fireworks will be in blue, not green.
Green, unless they lose.
Yeah, but +3.
I'll take the Giants. Give me Tyrod Taylor and the Giants.
Hey,
I'm gonna take the
Tyrod
Jets.
And Geno.
I'm gonna take
like
the Jets.
Them both.
I'm gonna take the Jets in that.
Tyrod looks good. The team's a different team with him in there.
They really are.
Yep.
They really are.
They're just
more dynamic.
I think the team responds to him better.
Yeah, they're not.
I think he's a better leader. I think he's a better quarterback, to be completely honest.
And I still don't know.
Tyrod's. We've talked about it before. He's had his share of bad times, but I think that this might be his time to. I hope they let him stay in once he's Daniels recovered.
Well, you need to keep Saquon is what you need to do instead of trying to trade him. Jaguars.
If they wouldn't have paid him and just started Tyrod. Just think if that whole thing would have went off and they could have got somebody else, another piece somewhere else. Oh my goodness!
I don't understand that whole thing. What they did. Jaguars and Steelers, guys.
That's gonna be a good game. That might be one of my favorite games of the day. What's the line?
+2.5.
For Steelers.
+2.5 at Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like the Steelers there. Give me the Steelers. It's a bad weather game. Give me the Steelers in a just a bruiser.
It's just crazy. They're 4-2. How the hell are they 4-2? That's just
They're
They're
in my
gonna-
top 10. They're in my top 10.
Yeah, they're
I'll tell you
unbelievable.
why. It's Tomlin.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely him.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Just telling you, he's dragging that quarterback around. He's saying, "Hey, well, this is what we're doing. We're gonna win. All right."
We're just gonna go win.
And then, yeah, TJ is amazing too. He's oh man, if they could get a trade before the deadline for like another like cornerback or safety, man, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, they need some more offensive weapons.
So I saw a good stat today. The San Francisco 49ers under Kyle Shanahan are 1-38 if they trail by 5 or more in the quarter.
Was it 5 or 8? Was it 5 or 8?
So that's a live bet stat for sure.
30.
Was it 5 or 8, Drew?
5 is the 1-38 and 0-39 when they're down 8 or more.
Oh,
Wow.
That's
he
crazy
throws in the
stat.
towel. He says, "See ya." He goes,
You know
"Boys,
why?
we're done."
But you know why that is? Because he wants quarterbacks like Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Guys who
Game managers.
Game managers just run my offense. We play for the lead. We have a great defense. We come after you and we play ahead. That's
If
what
they
we
get
do.
up, I'd like to see their stat. If they're up 10 or more, I bet they're undefeated.
I bet they're close to it. Well, because remember, they were up by 14 on the Chiefs, or up by 10 on the Chiefs last year, and the Chiefs went on a 30-something to 7 run on them or something crazy last year. But that's Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're on a different level. Eagles and Commanders.
That's
Do
a
we
different
really
beast.
care about that?
What
How's
is
that?
it?
How's that only 4.5, Ben? The Eagles and the Commanders.
What?
Man, I have no
Just 'cause it's a
idea.
rivalry
They're, like they just got somebody too, like a safety or something. The Eagles just got another guy. Like
Yeah, we're
they
still
just
trying
made
to
a
figure
trade
out.
the other day.
They got to be cooking the books. We don't know how they're getting all this money paying these players.
I don't understand that one. That's like kind of the only puzzling line to me.
That's how they keep
Well, it's a
signing
rivalry
players.
game. Those two teams don't like each other.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but the Commanders stink.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Still
I mean,
the NFC East, and they'll be ready to play the Eagles.
And it's a rivalry.
Yeah,
Rivalry. Remember rivalries. I mean, look at the Chiefs and the Broncos. The game's close every year. I mean,
Are there
it's just
really
ridiculous.
rivalries in the NFL anymore?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Cowboys Eagles.
Cowboys, Eagles, they still hate each other.
Yeah, but then they're all trading jerseys after. It's
No,
like,
but
You won't see any jerseys getting traded at the Cowboys Eagles game.
I hope not, because they played
I
each
haven't
other
seen-
twice.
I
so
haven't
that's two
seen that.
opportunities, So
now I've seen them trade jerseys with other people,
I've
but
never
I've never
seen a
seen that.
man trade a jersey in the NHL with another guy.
Well,
On
but
the
you gotta
outside.
remember
What are
though,
you doing?
that came trendy with the newer generation with the NBA started.
Yeah,
now.
then what you do is you go tell the athletic trainer, you go, hey, here's a stick, and you or a jersey, and you sign it, and you go say, hey, go put it in the locker. That's what you do. You don't do it in front of the public.
Well, the
You
NBA,
don't,
I know, but
let,
the NBA started.
Oh, hey,
it.
buddy, how's it going? You don't do tummy sticks. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the
I think
NBA
that's
started that.
ridiculous.
The
In
NBA
any
started
sport.
that. NBA started that a couple years ago, and then
Yeah, in any sport, I think
5
it's
years ago,
ridiculous.
7 years ago, or whatever, and then it just snowballed from there.
Ugh.
Let me see, Texans and the Panthers.
That's the battle of the two rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
Should be a good one. Good game.
Texans
two
are
terrible
favorite.
teams, but a good game.
Texans are favored
Yeah,
by 3.
I think it should be close.
Yeah,
I'll take the Texans.
yeah, Texans are favored by 3. Browns, Seahawks.
I
man.
like Thielen to have a good day.
The Texans quietly 3-3, by the way.
Yeah, they are. We
Yep.
called that. We talked about that. Y'all were both saying they weren't going to do anything. I thought.
I thought they'd be a dumpster fire. They're
Yeah.
looking good.
They still might be.
Well, you remember,
Fire,
Ben and Drew, they stole Kyle Shanahan's. Remember when Mike McDaniel left, he took the younger guy that was under him. They were all under Kyle Shanahan tree. And when DeMeco Ryans left, he took the other guy who was going to be the offensive coordinator for them. He took him with him. So he's going, okay, we're going to use that offense mentality with my defensive strategy, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Browns and Seahawks. Is Geno's Pizza closed?
Yeah, Geno's delivering against the Browns.
Oh.
No.
Dial up a large pepperoni with some breadsticks.
Ben, what do you think about that, Ben? Talk to him,
Palmer
Ben.
Kid Fried Ends in Seattle.
Talk to him, Ben.
Yeah, I
Help
mean-
him, Ben.
Oh, yeah, we're doing extra garlic knots this week.
Yeah.
They're free if you order one. We're doing it in. I really do like them, especially with DK coming off injury. I do think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all cracking
Get
me
you a
up,
nice
man.
slice. Well, we'll do it by the
Oh,
slice, even if you want.
Y'all are hilarious. Chiefs at the Broncos. Broncos +6.
Give me the Chiefs. I just don't see it, man. I like
Man,
the Chiefs.
Hey,
it's gonna be
Hey,
it's gonna be so dumb. The Chiefs are gonna win by 3. And
hey, the
Vegas
question
Yeah.
is Taylor in the house?
I mean, I can't legitimately go into that game and say, "Oh, I feel pretty good about taking the Broncos +6." No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Hey, is Taylor? It depends on if Taylor's in the house. Is she in the house or is she back on tour?
No, she's not on
Denver should
tour.
probably be in the
She's
house.
waiting.
So you think she's going to be at the game?
I think so.
Well, because
I mean-
Mahomes gets a suite at every single game
How
they go to.
about her jumping in as convertible Chevelle and bailing out the Chiefs game the other night out the back door?
How about that?
I bet that's the first time she's been without a full-blown security team in 20 years.
Well, remember after the first Chiefs games, they jumped in his Chevelle and left in that one too. They left again. That car is pretty. I think that's a muscle car. That's old school.
He drives her off every time.
Yeah, they drive in, take off. Yeah.
That's great. Purple convertible 71 Chevelle.
Yeah. Now,
That's
Drew,
what he
they
was
do have security. That knows where they're at. Come on.
Oh yeah, sure. They probably got 9 people following them, but the optics look good.
Yeah, but on top of that though, they already know that Travis Kelce, that's the security there for the Chiefs and their players in the parking lot is unmatched in the NFL or NBA games.
Yeah.
You can't even get near those guys, so it's pretty safe there. How about the Ravens and the Cardinals?
Boy,
What's the spread
hear
on
me
that
out
one?
on this one. I don't like the spot for the Ravens. That game scares me because the Ravens have been playing so good. It's like, man, I want to take the Ravens and lay the wood to the Cardinals, but that's a dangerous game. I think I could see the Ravens taking a week off and just trying to win that game. 10.5, 10, 11 points is a lot for an NFL game.
It was 11.5.
So what now,
Yeah,
Ben?
I've got it at 11.
Ooh,
Cardinals
What-
at home.
man, that's.
I don't know. It's just a dangerous game. Those are the
No, I
kind
agree
of
with you.
games that
I agree with you. That's a crazy spread.
Okay, yeah, I'm still taking the.
I'm not saying that the Ravens won't cover it, but I won't be laying. 10
Okay,
and 11.
Hey Drew.
Hey,
Lamar is
you think about
15.
teasing that?
Lamar is 15-1 against NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think about teasing that, Drew?
Again, I'm saying that they will win the game. But if they win by 2 touchdowns, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You tease it, right?
Yeah.
If
And he
you're gonna
knows it
take
too.
you-
I mean, he
you
knows
tease-
they can go
you
in there and
tease that.
back around. The defense will probably hold the Cardinals to 17 points, but I don't know. I don't like the game.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
thinking Ravens and Chiefs tease both those games.
Okay, we got.
That
Hey,
get-
let's get
down
to
to 3.5, 4.
let's get to these last 2 games. I gotta get out of here. Bengals at the Niners.
Give me the Bengals. Niners are starting old boy from UCLA.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Burrow's starting to come into his own. I think Joe Mixon runs crazy. I think the Niners they're struggling right now.
Yep.
And I don't care what anybody says. They're going from Purdy to that guy is going to be a big difference.
Big deal.
I'm
Big
with you.
difference. Big difference. Bears and Chargers.
Give me the Chargers
Shouldn't it
all
be
day.
more? Shouldn't it be more points than that, Ben? Drew?
8.5? Nah,
shouldn't it be
man.
more
I can
than
see.
that?
I like the over in that game too. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. Neither one of them play defense.
You like 46.5? You think over than that?
Yeah. I think the Bears quarterback. I think he goes crazy on the Chargers. He's mobile, and I think the Chargers just light the Bears secondary.
Yeah.
up.
See, I think, but Drew, nobody knows him. He's a. He had one game. I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust that kid. I mean, I just
We'll
don't
see.
see him. I don't see if I can see
Chargers
him going.
defense is just so bad.
Yeah, but that front line may be able to do something. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know. That Chargers team is going to be a little bit scary. But I mean, the Bears Fields, I don't know. They have a bunch of running back trouble. I think that like last week, I think they had 3 rushing touchdowns from running backs. I don't think that's going to happen ever again in the existence of the Bears.
Fields is out.
for the,
Fields is out.
for the
Fields
year.
is out for sure.
He's out for another few. Yeah, remember he had the thumb. I think they're starting the
Oh,
backup kid.
man.
The kid. That's what I'm saying. That
My
one
thumb
kid.
hurts too.
I forgot
Yeah, I
about
get
that.
it.
I don't know about the over there with that kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm
so
saying. I
I'm
don't
gonna go
know.
Chargers all day, but the
Well-
Chargers seem to lay an egg. Like they win the games you don't expect them to win, then they lose the games that you like. Oh yeah, they got this.
Yeah,
But,
but
if you're taking the spread, I don't know, but money line, I'm taking Chargers.
yeah, Ben,
Yeah.
Drew, check that online, Drew, and see, make sure Fields is still out. I think he's still out. I think they're playing the backup. Pretty
Yeah, I'm
sure.
looking at
Yeah,
it right
then
now.
they're definitely in trouble. Especially if they don't have Trubisky back there.
Trubisky.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an
Fields.
You mean
interesting
Justin
stat,
Fields?
though. MLB,
Trubisky.
yeah, Tarabisky. Uh-huh.
Is he even Trubisky even in the league anymore?
He's back
No,
up at the Steelers.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He might even get some time
Yeah,
this
he
year.
backs up Kenny Pickett. And
No,
remember they took him ahead. Remember they took him. Hey, remember they took him ahead of Mahomes, and when he lit him up in Chicago, he was counting off on how many draft picks that he was behind it. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
I
wait,
did.
He was
trivia.
7.
Where did Trubisky play college football?
North Carolina,
Google
didn't he?
Where?
Wasn't he in North Carolina?
Yeah, good job, Matt. Good job.
Yeah, and
Nailed
but they took him third, number 3 overall, and Mahomes was 10. And after he was lighting the Bears up, he was running off the field after throwing his 4th touchdown and was counting on his fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Man.
Like y'all could have had me and y'all took him, and this is why I'm gonna punish y'all.
Boy, somebody should
real
get
quick.
fired on principle alone for that pick.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Who do you guys got on the World Series?
The Rangers in 7.
I got the Rangers in 6.
Man, you know the MLB has to be pissed, right?
Oh, they're hot.
Oh,
Drew and I
God.
talked about that
Can you
yesterday.
Oh man,
The worst
this is an
scenario.
Interesting stat though, right here. So you know Zach Galfin, one of their aces
Yeah,
for the Diamondbacks. You know he killed a bird in practice. Did you guys talk about that?
no.
Yeah, he killed the bird in practice. You know the last time that happened was the big unit out there. He killed a bird. That was the last time that happened. They won the World Series that year.
Yeah, that's a great video,
great
too. That
that's a
bird
great deal.
explodes.
That's a
Yeah,
great
but
deal.
so their pitcher, he killed one in practice the other day.
Wow.
So-
Then we may want to rethink that and take the Diamondbacks if that's the case.
I'm just
Hey, I tell
telling
you what,
I love the
everybody's been underestimating the Diamondbacks all year, so it won't surprise me if they stretch them. But I just think the Rangers got too much offense for them.
Yep.
That's just one of those crazy stats.
okay,
2001, they won that title that year.
We may have to
that last
revisit
time Bird died.
Good call there, Ben. Nice pickup.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get out of here, Raiders Lions Monday night.
Give me the Lions all day, a beat down.
Ben.
Yeah, I like the Lions to come back, especially after that. You know, MCDC, he's a maniac. Their coach, he probably has 3 chews in right now. He's probably smoking a cigarette. He's probably got a gallon of coffee in front of him. He's probably watching film. So like this man, yeah, he's gonna come back with a vengeance.
Oh, you're hilarious.
He's got a dip in and a cup of coffee and a Red Bull.
Yeah, he's
smoking a cigarette at the same time.
So he's all lit up. Is that what you're saying? He's on hype mode.
Yeah,
he's
chewing
on
on a stogie.
If you saw that press conference, he's going right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
He's not resting.
He's a big. Can you imagine him pissed off at you in the locker room? What's he six?
No.
What's he
Yeah,
6'7",
I can.
275, 265, 270?
Especially when he played for the team and he's just stomping around. He can
Yeah.
still outbench you. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Husker Drew Picks.com will have out his grade 8 tomorrow, his NFL 6-pack, and a little Friday night special. So we'll have a little Friday night NBA to deal with tomorrow night, plus a little college football. And then guess what happens Monday night, fellas? It's return to the Tar Heels, college basketball. Here we go.
Anyways, bye-bye. Yeah, they're not even ranked. Anyway, Ben, hey,
Yes,
it's
they
good
are.
talking
Ranked
to you.
15. Settle down.
That was for the commander. I'm sorry. That was for the commander. You know that. Drew, I had to throw the command in there for you.
That's all right. He's a dookie. He's an undercover dookie, so I expect it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, guys, appreciate y'all. That's my guy, High
Yep.
Stick Harry, Ben
Take care.
Dillman, and
Cheers, boys.
my guy Drew Hinton on HuskerDrewPicks.com. Anyway, hey,
Go
everybody
Big Red.
everybody have a fantastic day out of there. Be safe.